Hello students, welcome to the online lecture series of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. Myself Satendra Vats, Assistant Professor in ETC Department. Our today's topic is radio receivers. We will see two types of radio receivers, AM radio receiver and FM radio receivers in this section, which is a part of Unit 3rd of Communication Systems in ETCE 4th semester. So depending on the type of modulated wave we are receiving at the receiver can be divided as the radio transmitters into two categories, AM receivers and FM receivers. So if a receiver is used to receive and demodulate the amplitude modulated waves, then it would be a AM receiver. And if it is used to receive frequency modulated waves, which can be narrow band or wide band, then it would be a frequency modulated wave receiver. Okay, so AM receiver receives AM wave and demodulates it by using the envelope detector. Similarly, in FM receiver, FM modulated wave is received and demodulated by using the frequency discrimination method, which we have already learned in the previous sections. Okay, so there are some of the basic requirements of a good receiving system. Like it should receive the corresponding modulated wave. That is, if it is made for the amplitude modulated wave receiving, then it should receive the corresponding amplitude modulated wave. And if it is for the purpose of FM receiving, then it should receive the corresponding frequency modulated wave. The receiver should be able to tune and amplify the desired frequency. So our receiver should be able to get the desired frequency. Means we must be able to tune our receiving circuit to the desired frequency. Like if we are using the FM receiver, then we must be able to tune our circuit in the megahertz range, that is 95 to 1110 megahertz range, as most of our FM broadcasting channel broadcast in this range, like 98.3 or 102.6 and etc. Okay, it should have an ability to reject the unwanted frequencies. So it must have the ability to reject the unwanted frequencies. That means if I am tuning our circuit on 98.3 megahertz, then it should reject other frequencies outside this frequency range. It must not catch 95.0 or 98.8 or so on. So it must only get this frequency which we need to receive. Okay, and demodulation has to be done to all the station signals irrespective of the carrier signal frequency. So it must be capable of demodulating all the station signals that it is receiving irrespective of the carrier signal frequency. Okay, so these are some of the requirements. For this requirement to be fulfilled, the tuner circuit, one of the main part of any receiver, that may be AM receiver or FM receiver, is the mixer circuit, which we will see how it will work. For these requirement to be fulfilled, the tuner circuit and the mixer circuit should be very effective. So what is this mixer circuit would do? So every receiver contains this RF mixing unit. okay, which develops an intermediate frequency to which any received signal is converted so as to process the signal effectively. So whatever the signal or frequency our receiver receives, it will convert it to a intermediate frequency for further processing, using which it can get the required modulating or the message signal, which is the audio signal in this case. So in RF mixture, two signals of different frequencies are taken to produce the resultant mixed output. If there are two frequencies f1 and f2, then these two frequencies would be fed to the mixer output and it will produce the resultant output. So what would this output would be? Let's see. Like let the first and the second signal frequencies be f1 and f2. One is f1 and other is f2. If these two signals are applied at the input of radio frequency mixture, then it will produce an output signal having two frequencies. That is, one would be f1 plus f2 and other would be f1 minus f2 in case f1 is greater than f2. If f2 is greater than 1, then it will produce f2 minus f1. Okay, so these are the two frequency signals, intermediate frequencies that the mixer will produce. So in frequency domain it would look like that. Here this is the amplitude axis and this is frequency. So these are our input signals f1 and f2 if f1 is greater than f2. So the resultant output of the mixer would be, the RF mixer would be f1 plus f2 and f1 minus f2. Okay, so this is how we can represent them in the frequency domain. So first is the amplitude modulated wave receiver. It is also called the super heterodyne receiver. The AM super heterodyne receiver takes the amplitude modulated wave as input and produces the original audio signal or the modulating signal or the message signal at the output. So this is the basic diagram of a AM receiver, which consists of a antenna which receives the signal. Then we have a RF tuner section. Then we have a mixer, which we have already seen. Then a filter, then modulator, and in last the amplifier. So in an AR we have some terms need to be understand. Selectivity, which is the ability of the selecting a particular signal while rejecting the others. So it is the ability of the receiver to tune our circuit to a desired frequency and rejecting the others, which we have already seen in the requirements. Next is the sensitivity, which is nothing but the capacity of detecting lower power level signals as well. So it is the capacity of detecting RF signal and demodulating it while at the lowest power level. So our receiver must be capable if we are getting the lowest power levels as well. So when the distance from the broadcast stations increases, the power level decreases. So at such a great distances, it must be able to receive the signals as well. Okay, but there is always a limitation to these receivers. As the distances goes increasing, the sensitivity becomes less. So there is a limitation of getting signals at larger distances. So this circuit contains first the RF tuner section. Okay, the AM wave received RF tuner section. The AM wave received by the antenna is first passed. The first the received signal is passed through this RF tuner section. Tuner circuit is nothing but a LC circuit. It is a LC circuit through which we can set the frequency, which is nothing but the 1/2 pi under root LC. So using some phenomena we can choose the desired frequency, okay, using the resonance circuit, tank circuit, or this is the LC circuit, okay, inductor capacitance circuit. So this is the RF tuner circuit which is used to tune at the required frequency. It selects the frequency desired by the AM receiver. So whatever frequency we are required to receive, we can tune our circuit to that frequency using the LC circuit. It also tunes the local oscillator and the filters. So it also tunes the local oscillators which generate the carrier frequencies and the RF filter as well. Next is the RF mixture, which we have already seen the working of RF mixture. So the signal from the tuner output is sent to this mixture or the converter when which is act as a mixer. It has a local oscillator which produces the constant frequency. Now these two frequencies, that is the modulating one and the constant frequency, is applied to the input of RF mixture, which will produce two frequencies, that is F1 plus F2 and F1 minus F2, which are called the intermediate frequencies. Then these intermediate frequencies are passed through a filter, which is a band pass filter, so which passes the desired frequency and eliminates the unwanted frequency. Let's say if we want this frequency F1 plus F2, so we can set the band pass filter to pass this frequency, and F1 minus F2 would be cancelled out. Okay, so this is a band pass filter for the selection of desired frequency, and it eliminates the other unwanted frequencies. Next is AM demodulator, that is this one, AM demodulator. Okay, so the received AM wave after the band pass filter is now demodulated using the AM demodulator, which is nothing but a envelope detector to receive the modulating signal or the message signal, because we use envelope detector as modulator in case of amplitude modulations. So this is how a AM receiver would work. The next is in last the audio amplifier, which is a power amplifier and increases the power of the audio signal detected at the demodulator. So this signal is passed to an audio speaker to get the original sound signal. Now the next one is FM receiver. We can see the block diagram of the FM receiver, which also consists of a RF IF converter, mixer, an RF tuner section. These are some of the common parts: RF tuner section, mixer, then filter. There are two extra blocks, amplitude limiter and de-emphasis network, when we compared it to the amplitude modulated receiver. Okay, so these are two extra blocks. So this block diagram of the FM receiver is also similar to that of AM receiver. Two extra blocks, that is amplitude limiter and de-emphasis, are used in that. Okay, so let's see what are the functions of them. So amplitude limiter, using amplitude limiter we can maintain the amplitude of the FM wave as constant by removing the unwanted peaks of the noise signals. So by using this amplitude limiter we can remove the unwanted peaks of noise signals. Okay, since we know then that in frequency modulated wave the amplitude of the received wave must be constant, that is remains constant. The amplitude remains constant, the amplitude of the carrier remains constant in frequency modulated wave, but there are some peaks, noise Due to noise, there are some noise peaks which we can remove using the amplitude limiter to get a constant amplitude of the FM modulated wave. Okay, in FM transmitter we have seen the pre-emphasis circuit, like we have used the pre-emphasis circuit in the FM transmitter, which was nothing but a high pass filter to remove the unwanted noise and unwanted signals. Similarly, here after the FM demodulator in this circuit we have a de-emphasis network, which is nothing but a low pass filter. Okay, so here in this circuit we have a de-emphasis circuit, which is the reverse process of pre-emphasis. It is a low pass filter which is used after FM demodulator to get the original or the modulating signal or the audio signal in this case. So finally the signal is passed to an audio amplifier. Again we use the amplifier to increase the power level of the original signal. So this is how we can understand the AM and FM receivers. So block diagrams are very important. These block diagrams are very important from the semester point of view. You must understand and learn function of all of these blocks. Okay, so this is it for this lecture. Thank you very much.